Whoa, the weather outside is frightful, but the fire is so delightful. And since we've no place to go, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. It's a fucking shit show! What you think you see, what you think you hear, that's what it's about. Mood and atmosphere. No, it's fucking garbage. It's garbage. Mood and atmosphere. Now that I really like. That's what I'm looking for. That's what I want to see. Hey folks, how you doing? Dave McCrae here. Today we're talking 1988's Die Hard, starring Bruce Willis and the late Alan Rickman. Now, we're not actually talking Die Hard as a whole. I'm actually here to try and answer the question that has been on everybody's mind for decades: is Die Hard a Christmas movie? Now, there's no doubt many of you, if not most of you, maybe even all of you, are eager to jump into the comment section and say, yes, yes, it is, and here's why. It takes place at Christmas Eve, and you have this song there, and then you have this there, and then this is there, and it makes sense when you look at it from that point of view, and Bruce Willis is the archetype for this kind of person, and he's creating freedom, and I get it, okay? But let's look at it objectively. Let's seriously look at this. Not the cool thing to say, you know, people have been saying this for a long time, okay? They have. But since social media came really to prominence about 10 or 12 years ago, with Facebook and Twitter and YouTube and all that kind of jazz, this kind of thing has been, you know, has really caught on like wildfire, and it's the, you know, in thing to say, oh, Die Hard's a Christmas movie. Yeah, it's Christmas time, time to break out Die Hard. Anyway, like the joke's run its course now, but let's look at it objectively. Is it really a Christmas movie? Now, about a year and a half ago, somewhere in and around there, maybe 2 years ago, one of the writers of the film, Steven D'Souza, I believe his name is, came out on Twitter, and I'm paraphrasing, but he said something to the effect of, when asked, he said, yes, Die Hard is a Christmas movie, but only because Purim, am I saying that right? Purim? It's the Jewish festival, was rejected. That version was rejected. Hashtag Die Hard is a Christmas movie. And I'm pretty sure he's joking. Now, maybe he's not. Maybe there really was a version that surrounded that festival. I don't know, but I'm pretty sure he's joking. Now, don't comment below and be like, no, it really was. Yeah, there was. I remember that. You got to provide evidence. And if you can't provide evidence, I don't want to hear it, okay? Because anybody can say anything. You know what? There was a banana boat version too. Yeah, there was a banana boat version where Bruce Willis rides a banana boat instead of a limousine. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta have, you know, you gotta back it up. And I'm not saying that it wasn't true. I read that as kind of like he's being sarcastic. But let's hypothetically say there was that kind of a draft. It doesn't change the fact about how I feel. Is Die Hard a Christmas movie for me? No, and I don't think it's a Christmas movie, okay? Yes, it takes place on Christmas Eve. Yes, the holiday is utilized quite well because it's taking place on Christmas Eve. So obviously, it's at a Christmas party. That's where shit goes down in a building. So naturally, if that is your setting, you're going to have Christmassy things because that's the setting, that's the time of year. So I get that. But traditionally, when you look at what the pop culture consciousness has identified as what would be considered a Christmas movie, it's movies where the holiday is an integral part of the overall narrative. It's not in this movie, really. Like, this could be happening at any time of year. Really. Okay, it's kind of cool that it happens at Christmas and they're utilizing certain things like, now I have a machine gun, ho, ho, ho. Okay, I get it. That's kind of fun, right? You know what I mean? And, you know, you utilize the holiday and the Christmas tree and the whole thing and, you know, the Christmas songs, and I get it. I get it. But like I said, normally the holiday plays a fundamental link to the overall narrative, and that traditionally there's a moral lesson that is often learned in regards to, you know, the time of year being Christmas, whether it's not about the receiving, it's not about the giving, it's about the loving, or it's, you know, it's better to give than it is to receive. Usually there's a moral compass that is around that kind of thing. And although I'm sure you could find one somewhere in here if you dissected it, you could do that with any movie. Traditionally, that's what's seen as like a Christmas movie. Whether it's Miracle on 34th Street, whether it's One Magic Christmas, whether it's Christmas Vacation, whether it's, White Christmas, whether it's A Wonderful Life, whether it's, whatever it is. Usually Christmas movies, Elf even, Santa Claus, The Santa Claus, those are seen as your traditional Christmas movies because of the lessons that are often learned around what the holiday means. It's fun to call this a Christmas movie. It takes place at Christmas time. Okay, I get it. But then any movie that takes place at Christmas, that just so happens to take place in and around that season, you could feasibly call a Christmas movie if that is your bar. Well, it takes place on Christmas Eve in one night. Therefore, it's a Christmas movie. Well, okay, like, I get it. And if it's a Christmas movie for you, okay, it's fun, it's cute to call it that, it's fun, I get it. But let's not forget the movie was released on July 15th, okay, right in the middle of the summer. It wasn't released anywhere near the Christmas season. It wasn't marketed as a Christmas movie. It wasn't presented as a Christmas movie. It wasn't, nobody went to see it thinking they're going to see a Christmas movie with a moral sort of compass deep in the narrative about, Christmas time and all that kind of stuff. So, I'm just saying that if you think it's a Christmas movie, if you pop it in every Christmas, that's great. To you, it's a Christmas movie. But when you look at it objectively, in terms of when the movie came out and whether or not it actually is a Christmas movie, when you line it up against traditionally what the pop culture has identified as Christmas movies per se, it's not. You know what I mean? It's just an action movie that takes place at Christmas time. You know what I mean? But it's not necessarily a Christmas movie, right? But you could make the argument. You could say, well, Dave, it's Christmas Eve, at the end of the movie, oh, the weather outside is frightful. And I feel really Christmassy when I watch it. I feel really Christmassy. They got snow falling and, it takes place in Los Angeles, but it begins to snow and there's Christmas trees and Christmas music. And, I used to watch it when I was a kid around Christmas time. And therefore I have that emotional nostalgic connection because whenever I think of Christmas, I think of Die Hard. And when I see it on TV, I'm instantly brought back smelling those pine needles in my living room. And it just, well, then it's a Christmas movie for you. Yeah, absolutely. Then it becomes very subjective. But that's what I'm trying to say is that this is a very subjective Christmas movie, whereas you can't say that Elf is a subjective Christmas movie or Christmas Vacation is a subjective Christmas movie or, Miracle on 34th Street or It's a Wonderful Life or, White Christmas or Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer or, One Magic Christmas or whatever it is. You can't really, or A Christmas Story, or like, those are not subjectively, they're objectively Christmas movies. This is very subjective. So that's why I'm saying if technically it's not a Christmas movie, right? In the traditional sense of what we know. If it is for you, that's cool. But for me, I don't really see it as a Christmas movie. I see it as an action movie that takes place at Christmas time that does a good job at it definitely kind of feels like Christmas because of the Christmas party and the trees and the lights and, the ho, ho, ho and, all that kind of stuff. Like they do a good job of making you believe that it really is Christmas time. But in terms of it being a Christmas movie, I personally, I've never thought of Die Hard as a Christmas movie, but even I will partake in the joke that Die Hard is a Christmas movie because at Christmas time, I will be like, I'm popping in Die Hard, and sometimes I actually do, and sometimes I don't. But no, in my opinion, if you look at it objectively, is it actually a Christmas movie? Well, the answer would be no. But that's my opinion. Anyways, folks, my name's Dave McCrae. Comment below and let me know your thoughts. Do you think Die Hard is a Christmas movie? Maybe you're thinking to yourself right now, Dave, shut the fuck up. Die Hard is a Christmas movie. Whenever I pop this Blu-ray into my Blu-ray player, Dave, right there's fucking Die Hard right there. Whenever I pop it into my Blu-ray and I play it, Dave, the air around me gets colder. I get a little shiver, Dave, and it begins to snow. I can smell the snow outside, Dave. I can smell the pine needles. I can hear the jingle bells of fat-ass Saint Nick himself. Dave, it is a Christmas movie, and it always will be a Christmas movie, you sack of shit! Maybe that's what you're thinking. That's okay. Comment below and let me know. For me, I get the joke, and I think it's fun, and I will definitely join in on the joke, but realistically, is it a Christmas movie? I think the answer is no, but that's just me. Comment below and let me know your thoughts, folks. If you want to follow me on Facebook, you can at facebook.com/manythingsdavemccrae. The link is in the description. That's where I tend to post in the meantime and in between time when I'm not posting here. Also, tomorrow night, reminder to my level 2 and level 3 patrons, tomorrow night, live, we are watching A Nightmare on Elm Street, Saturday movie night. For those of you who are not patrons, that will be up after the live feed is done. You will be able to watch the live feed on repeat, but if you want to get in on the live feed for Saturday movie nights and all the other juicy stuff that's coming for Patreon, that link is in the description as well. So yeah, in the meantime and in between time, I will talk to you guys soon. Cheers.